Test. Is this thing on? Okay. And now, for those in attendance and those listening around the world, it is time for the O on God podcast with your host, Tovaun Anthony.
Goodness gracious, me oh my, we are back in my crib and we're ready to ride. I am your host, Tovaun Anthony. Welcome to another episode of the O on God podcast. I am here with one of my favorite people in the world. I know I say that a lot, but this is actually one of my favorite people in the world. Jesus Lord, the amazing, the super admirable, the ever energetic, your red tornado, your God of thunder, fuck Thor and fuck Thorina. I don't give a damn. Lady J, y'all.
What's up, people? And hey, I'm gonna need you to make sure you put that create in front of Lady J.
There we go.
I have so many personas. Like Lady J is more so like becoming the engineer because, you know, the studio, everybody's, Lady J. But create Lady J, now that's the artist.
Yeah, actually, what's even funnier is, that's my big blunder because that's actually how I first saw you in like way back when anyway. Like,
right.
It was Create Lady J, and that kind of confused me. I was like, is this a band? And then it was just, it was
that's cool. It sounds like a band. I never thought of that.
Band. Because I forgot why I was even at the show. Like, I was there. I think, what was it? Ali from Louder Than Quiet mentioned it.
Oh, yes.
And then I ended up there because it was at Axum.
So yes.
I was like, I played here before. Create Lady J. Is this a band? And then I was like, oh, I'll tell the story later. I was like, oh, that's the lady that punched me in the face.
He will never let me live this down.
I will not let you live it down.
Like legit, the first moment we met, we were at a Louder Than Quiet concert, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Louder Than Quiet, and you know, I was chilling, I was vibing. I love moshing. I'm gonna get back to that, but I love starting mosh pits and getting in mosh pits and just having people, you know, exude the energy and just express themselves aggressively. So I, of course, jump in a mosh pit and I'm doing my thing or whatnot, and I see that I actually punch a guy. It's just like, oh, and I'm like, ooh, when he like disappeared in the crowd. I'm like, well, this is what this is about, right? Moshing. Turns out it was this dude.
I didn't get a chance to tell her till years later.
Yo.
When I just happened to be at your studio because of our mutual friend Remy.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I'm staring at the poster on the wall because that's from the show. And
right,
I'm just
the
like,
poster was for, yep, exactly.
I was like, oh no. Now's my chance. Now's my opportunity. You.
Oh, man.
Because all I remember is turning around. I knew the pit was going on behind me, and I turned around. It was just boop. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, okay. I think I saw who it was, but it was the other person, Sachi.
Yep.
That I was
the
just
other
like,
girl that apparently
she's
I
like,
looked
what are you
like.
talking about? I didn't do that. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm telling Ali. I'm telling everyone. I'm like, this bitch hit me in the face.
Yep. Yo, it's amazing how fate works sometimes, yo.
It's pretty crazy, but look, like a lot of things have happened since then till meeting you at the studio till now. You have evolved and evolved and evolved and done many, many things.
Yes.
And currently, you got a lot going on. You got new things coming out. You got new ventures, new projects. Girl.
Yeah, I sure do. I've definitely been working for a very long time to essentially create myself, right? Because as artists, it's like a form of expression. The way we dress, the way we talk, the way we wear our hair, the way we create our art. Everything is about expression. So I'm a firm believer of people creating who they are, their realities, what they want in their lives. And despite that being a ton of work or whatever challenges everyone has, it's possible. And I push that very, very heavily with myself and with everyone else.
Thus the name Create Lady J.
Yes.
There we go. I get it now. Damn.
Yeah.
That's amazing, dude. That is freaking awesome. Like, you have a different type of energy when you are on a stage. You have who you are when you're in the studio. You are all business. You're about getting that recording done.
Very business.
You're about shit.
Big business.
You should see this girl in there, man. But when you hit that stage, it's like a switch just goes off.
Yo.
It goes from kind of like when just coming from a friend, right? Like, I see you're a really nice person to be around, good energy. You could be giggly, you could be like silly, sometimes also hard. But then when you're up there, it's just like, this is a different kind of, it's like you take who you are, tune it up times 11, and then throw in some extra aggression in there. Like, everything you do is meant to hit somebody in the face. Just, and I'm just
I
like,
love that you say that.
Fucking Christ, like,
Yo.
this girl don't stop moving. First of all, you don't stop fucking moving, of which I'm like, I don't move that much. I be out of breath like a motherfucker. It's crazy. Yeah. But like, how do you feel right before you get on a stage? How do you feel when you're in the midst of a performance and then the aftermath? How do you feel like that energy kind of flows?
That is a great question. So before I get on stage, funny enough, it's like the business mode is on times 10 because I have had experiences where I didn't have to think at all. It was like everything was set up and I could just be the artist, and I mean, that's the goal, right? But a lot of the times, we're setting up merch, we're doing this. I'm always with people, even in my own performances. I'm always with people. So like, yeah, I'm thinking about everything that, that's happening or however, and I swear it's like 5 minutes. There's just slow transition of, okay, whatever was done is great. Whatever wasn't done, fuck it. And I go. And then once I get on stage, it's kind of like, all right, I assess everything. And as time goes on, the business part of me just completely shifts. Where it's like, I'm looking at the audience, I'm looking at where to go, making sure I don't jump into somebody's drum set, you know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm gonna fuck it up.
Oh my God.
And then it's just bam. It really does feel like a switch. Like, I'm in it, I'm expressing what I feel. I'm trying to get people to move. I'm trying to get people to feel me. And I'm having a great time. So, that switch that you see is actually what happens in my mind. So it's pretty cool.
Nah, that's pretty dope, man. That's pretty dope. Like, do you ever, I know how I feel before I get on stage, but and it's funny because you're saying like you're in like business mode. Is there ever any point where you get the butterflies, or or is it just something where you're just like, I'm about to spearhead this?
No, I don't. It's so weird. I have literally never gotten butterflies like once. And the one time where I felt like the business part of me was a little bit like, okay, I really want to make sure things don't go wrong, because that was my form of butterflies. It wasn't a matter of...
Oh, that was the anxiety.
Yeah. It wasn't a matter of like, oh, I don't want to look weird, or oh, I don't want to forget my lyrics. Because even if I forget my lyrics, I'm going to still put on a show. I have no shame in that. But when we were at MagFest,
oh dear.
When Wreck the System hit MagFest stage and DragonCon, that happened at both. Because we performed Wreck the System, my team, my band, we performed at DragonCon, and it was kind of like, I just don't want things to go wrong with everyone else around me. I know I'm gonna do good. Is the sound engineer gonna do their job? Is the lighting people gonna do their job? Is my team gonna do their job?
I got questions.
I'm so but that is the only form of butterflies that I did get. And then of course, you get on stage and shit, the show must go on. Don't matter what happened, we're here, right?
Hey, look, I understand that. I completely understand that, because I've been in that spot a couple of times where I'm just like, what could possibly go the fuck wrong?
Yo, right?
And then your mind starts wandering, and then like you got to find a way to reel yourself back, because if you don't, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, yeah. No. And I'm glad I have people around me that will reel me back. Like, Yusuf, he's just like
Yo.
So what's the problem? Like he'll do that. Man, anytime I've had Jay Diggs on the show, JD is just like, what's wrong? Because he never sees me in a panic mode. So when he does, he's like, huh? Then he panics. And it's like, yo, but he knows how to reel it back.
If I don't panic, you don't gotta panic.
Oh
type
man,
shit.
get the fuck. He would shoot. I've never seen you panic.
That's Yeah.
I've never seen you panic.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like when it comes to panicking in any scenario, whether it's shows, whether it's business, whether it's fight, it's kind of a waste of time. It's more like assess the situation as it is. What can we do in this moment right now that can at least make this workable?
Yep.
If it can't be workable, all right, fuck this. Let's get to the next thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. And I mean, granted, panicking happens in so many different forms, right? Sometimes people could get really talkative, or they could get really quiet, or, they could be acting completely normal, but in their head they're like, ah. And if I sit here and think about my version of panicking, I think I end up talking a lot.
Yeah.
I think I am one of those people, because I'm just like, my
just
mind's
gonna
going
go.
a million miles a minute, and I'm trying to like talk myself through it, but talk to the person to talk them through it. And they're just like, Jay, relax. Like, my team knows. They've seen it. They're just like, relax. It's fine. Everything's gonna be great.
Please chill.
So yeah. Like
yeah.
I get told to relax maybe on like a bi-weekly basis, which used to be a daily basis. So I'm getting a lot better.
Hey, look, it's cool. Side note, I got a notification that our food that we ordered is here. I'm gonna run and get that.
Get the food.
If you want to take a second, tell them what you got coming up next. Run with it.
Hey. Yo. Should I tell y'all what we got next? I don't know. I feel like I want to, dance, chill out. Maybe I'll give you some bars. Maybe I won't. I'm just bullshit. I got so much coming. There's no actual like direction on what I could tell. Like, I need Tova here. Tova, get back. Now I'm finished. Food.
Oh, the pain.
There we go. Hey, out of camera. Jump back in. Okay. Yeah, I just paused. I didn't say nothing. I was just bullshitting.
I'll see it. And then I'll make the cut. All right, we back, motherfuckers. Anyway, okay, where are we? Because now the food's here. I'm like, munchies.
Munchies. Munchies.
Yeah, no. We were talking about panicking and stuff like that. When it comes to, what would you say is your favorite part of show production, specifically?
Favorite part of show production? To be honest, the choreography.
There you go.
I love the choreography. Like, I just love being able to, map out where people are going to be and, get in sync with the team. And funny story too. Like, I remember when I was like 8, 9, 10, like I knew what I wanted to do very early on. Like, I knew that I wanted to be a rapper or whatnot. I didn't know what that was going to go to and take shape. I should have known, because Linkin Park and Eminem is all I used to listen to. But yeah, I used to actually have like full-fledged productions in my head about performing, like the fire, the dancers, and all of that. And even putting myself in like other musicians' shoes and seeing myself perform their songs, but just have this full production of performing. Like, performing is a big deal. In fact, I actually have a goal that I'm definitely going to reach to become one of the greatest women performers of all time. So that's going to require a very big budget. But for now, man, trust me, what I got, I work with. And this is why he's experienced so many different things and sees this, version of me on stage, because it's serious,
She said it right here on the freaking On God podcast, ladies and gentlemen. She's going to be the greatest performer of all time, the greatest female performer of all time.
That's
Remember,
right.
She said it here. God damn it.
Actually,
I'm going to coin that.
It might be the first podcast I have said this on, to be honest.
They ain't going to take it away from us. Especially not from me. I got this as a sample, bitch.
Oh, shit.
No, man. No, dude. But, what, I'm going to be asking a couple random questions.
Sure.
You have always had an alternative style, not just when it comes to rap, but aesthetic, right?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
No, I haven't.
Are we going back to Christian rap, Jay?
Oh, no. Christian rap Jay was a thing.
Oh, I saw the pictures.
Christian rap
I
Jay.
saw the pictures. I was like, oh, man, she got the Christian rapper hairstyle. You had the deaconess. I was like, yo.
Yo, he ain't lying. ahead. But yeah.
I promise I won't put that up on here.
Yo, actually, I mean, you can, to be honest.
Oh, no. I would do that to you. I would let them find that of their own volition.
See the growth. But no, I actually did not. I've always wanted to be this, right? This is why I feel like this is like the best version. I'm really like taking, my wings taking off or whatever you want to say.
Straight out of Final Fantasy. That's what
like
you really
shit.
like.
I know, right? But when I started, I didn't feel like an alternative look like matched a rapper, and it was weird. I didn't even realize I was thinking this because I dressed really urban. Like I dressed all baggy clothes and the fitted hats. Like I looked like a little mini 50 Cent when I was rapping coming up, and then it kind of shaped, and I think this is where it transitioned. I started looking more like a skater. Like I'd wear my skater shoes and the baggy pants, maybe the cargo pants, chains, whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I mean, I'm skating and everything. You got your Pharrells and, whoever, Lupe Fiascos that inspired it. But I feel like the biggest transition was me just saying, fuck it. I was like, fuck it. Like, this looks cool. I've always liked this. And it's funny because I feel like people in high school, they might like go through an alternative phase and they get like I actually was alternative and didn't do it. And now I'm growing into what I should have been and was the entire time, right? So no. And I think that it feels like I've always been this way because it was such a slow, like nickel and dime here and there. It's like, oh yeah, this is Jay. She's her best self. I'm like, dog. If you look back at my old pictures, no. In fact, I did experiment though. I remember posting a picture on the Throwback Thursdays on Instagram of me literally looking like I'm in My Chemical Romance. Like I had the emo cut and the all black, and I was like, yeah, And I specifically was like, yeah, I'm dressing up. I really wanted to dress like that. Like I really did, but I was making an excuse for myself,
You were a scene
Create
kid
yourself,
for a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a scene kid for a second.
Yep.
Rawr. Let me stop. No, not the rawr. Leave that alone.
Right.
But shoot, you've done a lot when it comes to nerdcore.
Yeah.
But that is not even scratching the surface of who you are.
Yes.
When it comes to your content, like everything that you put out musically, what do you feel like is your main influence? Do you think it's just life in general? Whatever you got going on the inside? I know you still, sometimes you'll put like the nerd stuff in there. That's cool. But that, like nerdy I said, bars. It's not who you are.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Like, and I've seen it. So where do you feel like you draw your main influences from?
I feel like I draw a lot of my main influences from the excitement, the pain, the frustration that I get from growth. And when I say growth, I mean like, what are your struggles? What are you getting upset about? Like, my guy, like I have a song coming out March 8th or whatnot called Snappin'. And that is going to be my, not necessarily debut single, but it feels like it. Like this is a very big year, plans lined up, right? And in Snappin', I'm pissed off. I'm just like, I'm getting sick of this, fuck this, fuck you, fuck all this, right? But that frustration comes from the want, need, and desire to grow. So there's so many different things that I could pick from that. I could go off something happy, like, man, we're winning. I got it. Yeah, we about to wreck shit. I do that and wreck the system as well. Or with sadness, losing somebody. A lot of times when you go through something or you lose someone you love or however, like you grow with that. So that's probably one of the best things about like life in general for me. Even when it comes to fucking up and being depressed, like there's always growth in it. Yes. So, and I will also add to that with the nerdcore stuff. I have an album out right now, currently, and that came out in 2020 called Vessels of Light. It's a Kingdom Hearts inspired album. And for people who know Kingdom Hearts, you know that those kids went through a lot. But But I pulled different things from life and kind of compared it to Kingdom Hearts, and a lot of that has to do with growing and pain and not wanting to be this and that. So yeah, that is my main inspiration: growth.
Nice. And what you described when it came to Vessels of Light, how you went from taking from life and the influence of Kingdom Hearts, I'm like, I felt that throughout the entire album. I'm like, this is exactly what I do when I'm writing my music, period.
Yes.
Because like, it isn't until I tell someone, oh, this has to do with Metal Gear Solid, or it has to do with this. You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
Like it. So it's like, I felt that same process was going on there, where I'm like, if she didn't tell anybody,
nobody would know.
Like,
yeah, it's so
if they
funny
didn't know
too.
anything about the games, like nothing about the games, they would not. It wouldn't. It wouldn't like equate like at all.
And it's funny, like I could literally re-release that and have a different cover because it screams Kingdom Hearts just because of all the stuff on it. But they'd just be like, "Oh wow, this is really great." It's like
re-release it with just you just.
Right, exactly. Like,
be like, this chick got a different style. Oh my gosh, man, dude. Let's see. When it comes to back to performances, what would you say is your most memorable performance ever with solo and with Rec?
Ooh, with solo and with Rec. Well, with Rec, oh
The
my
system.
God. There's so many. Like the most memorable.
Is when she came out on stage, took a dildo and slapped security in the front, and then she put a sparkler in his booty hole, and then that's not what happened.
Lord, yeah.
Where's my I eat ass mug?
You are wild.
I wish I had it right here. Like,
boom.
Just, that and the titty one right there. Just be like, all right,
oh my God. Have they even seen the titty one yet? They haven't, have they?
No, they have on my lives.
Oh, okay.
Because I normally hold it and I talk about something extremely philosophical. Like, I just grab it and be like, as a people, we are.
Oh my God. Okay.
No, it's stupid. But back to the question. Sorry.
Good question. Yeah. So I think my most memorable one with Rec, it would have to be at Dragon Con. And there was a moment. There was a moment within it, like that was just, and it was when I was performing my song "Belong" or whatnot, just talking about, this is where I belong, like, and it was the last song in the whole set. Like DJ Senpai was there, he was spinning, Rec was next to me.
Shout out to Senpai.
Yeah, shout out. And we were two-stepping. This is where I belong. No, it's and the entire crowd. It was so many people, like. God, like I couldn't even see behind it.
I was like, that is a C.
They were all stepping with me or whatnot. And it like shifted because Rec is really like, hotel, motel, like doing their thing. So when that shifted, I was actually nervous. I was like, man, like I hope this doesn't change the trajectory, but fuck it, I'm out here, I'm gonna do it. But no, it did. Like they all stopped. Listened, I really touched them. Even after the show, when we were at the merch or whatnot and selling, we sold out. Oh, Dragon Con was great. There was somebody that came up to me and was like, yo, like that song talking about where you belong and everything and not trying to fake be who you are and all that. Like you literally changed my life with this performance. And like they started crying or whatnot and talking to me. And I was just like, oh my God, wow, this is like exactly what I want to do, like literally just encourage people to be who they are, have the ability to create themselves, and put happiness as a priority. Because a millionaire, because everybody's like, oh, I want more money, I want more time, I want more of this. Millionaires are miserable, right? Like people that have everything that you want are miserable. So there's definitely a way to like prioritize the things that you want, attack your goals and really create the reality you want. Like I'm very strong on that. So that moment just reaffirmed everything that I stand for, so that was the most memorable moment with Wreck the System.
There you go.
Man, the most memorable moment with myself, I would actually say there's so many, but so far, before Wreck the System was Wreck the System, before we knew each other, right? Me and Cam, we basically had been together, whatnot, just cooling, making music, vibing since high school. So there was a performance that I got at T-Mode. Shout out to T-Mode, y'all are dope. And Cam was on stage with me for the first time ever. I had Lamia or whatnot, Violet Chaos. She's tight as hell. Singer, dancer, just fantastic.
She does it all.
Yeah, and a guy, I think his name was like Mirror Force Prime, Corey. He's super dope too. He was a dancer. So I had the team on stage or whatnot, and it was just so great. And one of the things about it too, at that time, my mom was dying. Like she was in the hospital with cancer, like stage 4. It was really bad. And it sucked that she couldn't be there. So I actually paid for a full production like team to record the entire performance because she really wanted to see it. It's probably one of my biggest performances in the career so far. But there's so many pictures out online. Me and Cam, we were just killing it. I always kind of like throw it out every like couple of months. Like it was amazing. And I was able to go and show my mom that performance, just on my phone with my aunt, who is also now gone because of cancer. Like, fuck cancer, bro. But yeah, I was able to show both of them the performance, and the smile on her face was just like, oh my God. Like I'm so happy. It was worth it. It was worth every penny that I did not actually have I spent on that recording so she could see it. So, and that was more than likely the last time she had seen me perform. So that was my most memorable with myself. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
That's heavy.
Yeah. Man, my mom, she was really like my biggest inspiration and is the exact reason why I am the way I am today. She made me put happiness first. She literally taught me or encouraged that I was going to be so rich and famous because of my music that I will have butlers and I don't really need to learn how to do much. Like, it was almost to a fault. I'm like, yo, I don't know how to like cook. Like,
A day in the life of Lady J wakes up. Jeffrey? Yes.
Yo, she really put that in my head. So like everything that I feel like I'm giving to the world, right? Like all of the encouragement, all of the love, or, to all these strangers that don't know me or I've never spoke to them, it is because of her. Like that's how much love she put in me. So it's I really do have like an agenda, an objective that I feel very strongly about, and it all started with that woman.
Listen, our influences, they start when you're young, especially when you have someone who you love and respect, speaking life into you, speaking love into you, showing you what love is, and, truly encouraging you. Man, can't nobody take it away from you.
Nope.
Can't nobody take it away from you.
Man.
Same with me. Like, I always talk about, like, my older brother. He's the reason why I started doing music in the first place. Like I
don't think I knew that.
He said he was going to be a rapper, and I was like, I want to be like Big Brother. So I started doing little raps, but I'm like, okay, this isn't exactly what I'm good at.
Okay.
So then I started experimenting a little bit more, and then I got to what I got to.
Yeah, this flux of like rap, rock, metal, it's
a little bit of
cool.
Everything. Yeah, it's a little bit of everything, but it's just like the idea, like nobody can put in my head that what I'm doing is a waste of my time.
Yes.
Nobody can put in my head that how I treat people is a waste of my time. Like they can't do it. Because to me, I take it as like, first of all, like the coolest guy I know told me, do this. And I was like, hell yeah. And I feel good doing this.
Yes.
So when if someone, I don't deal with that many haters in my life, but if I do, to me, I'm like, you're not only disrespecting me, you're disrespecting my family.
Yo,
I don't fuck with that.
That is very true. Shoot. And here's an exclusive story. I have never said this publicly, right?
Okay.
There is somebody, and I will call their name out. I went to Suitland High School. All right. Suitland High School. And
J Diggs with the Suitland.
Hey,
He couldn't take it.
yay.
He was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I think Ron went. All right, go, wait.
But yeah, I went to, and I came originally from Long Beach, California, and I just literally came out here to Suitland. That was a mess because my credits didn't transfer over. So they tried to put me back in 9th grade when I was supposed to be in 11th. I'm like, fuck that. I'm going to just work extra hard and stay on the trajectory. Like, what? But there was a guidance counselor named Miss.
That stuff.
Yep, Miss Yearwood. I used to call her Miss Dickwood. Like,
I would call her that off the strength.
yo, like, and the thing is, like, I knew she meant well, but it's always like a kind of a line where you should kind of back up because she was telling me, hey, I know you want to be a rapper and all, but like you might want to get a plan B. And she didn't leave it at that. It was like this whole imaginative failure story that she placed in my head. Yes. I have never said this to anyone but my girl or maybe even close friends. She put this failure story in my head about like what will go wrong, how music doesn't make any money, how all these different things, just everything. She's like, if you have a plan B, then, you can fall back on it and then, it's fine or whatnot because, if you try, you fail, then you can fall. Yo, I was fucked up. Like I would come home crying. And I was so messed up. I don't even really understand what she did to me psychologically. But once I finally actually expressed what this woman said to my mother, my mom was up at the school in this woman's face like, how dare you try to destroy what I have created in this woman, and my daughter. Like, so, but the good thing, the great thing that came out of this is I was like, man, I'm not going to say she's right. Because my mom is like, no, she's not right. But there is a bit of sense in that, right? So why don't I, instead of trying to, blindly chase and be this rapper and everything, why don't I find another path in the same field so that way I will be able to make money and maybe I can make money in the field before I become famous. Like I completely rearranged her story and I said I was going to own a recording studio.
And what do you do right now?
And I own a motherfucking recording studio. So thank you for that bullshit because I made it into something greater.
WTS Recordings, everybody.
Hell yeah.
All your recording needs.
Yeah, if it
You're
wasn't
in the
for
DC,
her,
Maryland, Virginia area, get your ass over there.
one for her, I probably wouldn't be an engineer. I wouldn't have a studio. And that is allowing me to be even more of an artist because I have complete freedom over my time. And it's fantastic.
It's amazing.
Yep.
And I've seen your work. Hell, I've seen your work when you were like one of the main engineers at the studio, and I'm like, what time you just got off? It's 4 in the morning.
It's 4 a.m. I knew he was gonna say it.
I just got done playing Assassin's Creed. I'm supposed to be asleep.
Yo, passion, man.
Man, my God, it's amazing, dude. It is truly amazing. Like to watch like your entire world like as it moves forward. It's very inspirational to me, as I know it's inspirational to others, and just also entertaining as fuck.
Entertaining,
because it's like from the music, from other people that you're involved with, some characters, and then even all the way down to the TikTok stuff. It's just like, you were a whole trip and a half. And
TikTok. Yep.
what? So here's the funny thing, like, because I'm just getting on the TikTok train.
Okay.
Like, social media for me, I kind of just went like, nah, like, I kind of fling stuff out there, and I somehow found my stride.
Right.
You've had more of a grasp on social media in general. What made you jump onto the TikTok train in the beginning, and then choose the type of stuff, the content that you put on there?
Ooh, you asked a good question. I love this motherfucker on God podcast. But not really. So I have very, very, very high aspirations for TikTok. TikTok is an amazing platform. There's no other platform out right now, and I don't know what's going to be the next, but that will just like like the way the algorithm works, right? How it pushes your content out, and depending on like the response, it'll push it out even more and even more. And the culture, like the culture on TikTok is like no other. They're very supportive. They're very like invested and intrigued, and they get caught up like the platform in general. Like they'll be on there for hours. So like they will go on there every single day. It basically becomes an addiction. So if you post every single day or whatnot, they're gonna get addicted to you. I mean, the rest is history, right? And the fact that I want to really encourage people or whatnot and be, you know, this figure and literally create a community, TikTok was just the way. Like I was on Instagram, and I still am on Instagram, and you know the other platforms, but man, when I got on TikTok, that's when I was actually even more consistent on everything else because I was having so much fun. So yeah, that essentially what it was. It just made sense. Like seriously.
No, I mean, honestly, what you're saying is absolutely true. When it comes to like consistently on TikTok, you see much less of a punishment for being consistent than you would like say on Instagram. And that's kind of me like talking a little bit of shit. But just think about it. You post one thing on Instagram, it blows, right? Like you get a whole bunch of stuff. You post something right after that,
flop.
Yeah,
10
it don't matter how good that shit
joints.
is. Yeah, it's just like what's going on here, and you know. It all comes down to the algorithm, whatever, and then how they process specific shit. But on TikTok, you don't see that. You don't see that at all. It's like it is crazy. It's kind of the Wild West.
It is,
but it's like the Wild West with kids in mind, because depending on your audio, they'll take that off so damn quick. And I was reminded of that with the last video I put out on Sunday. I put it out on there, and then I was like, how come I ain't getting no views on TikTok right now? And I was like, the audio gone. I was like, let me take that off, and I'm gonna have to re-upload this with the words bleeped out.
Man.
I mean, but understandable. Look, understandable because they know they have kids on the platform. Right. So they don't want to be fucking children up, which I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yo. Yeah, and speaking of like the community or whatnot that I'm trying to build, talking about creating your reality or whatnot, I genuinely feel like everybody's a creator. Like people fight me on this all the time. They're just like, I'm not creative or whatnot. Just like
shit.
There's a difference between creative and creators, or not really. Like when you think about the word by definition, if you gotta fix something and you gotta problem solve, you gotta get very creative with them damn problem solving skills. And I also know this because I'm an engineer. So you know, for the left-brained people when they're just like, more analytical, it's like, yo, nah, you're still very creative. You're just not like artsy. Like it's one thing to be artsy, but it's another thing to be creative. So, you know, I'm making this community or whatnot that I call the Creator Nation, because really we all are creators. We make our world. We make our realities. And exclusive right here, I'm going to say that I am releasing a Discord. A Creator Nation Discord where anybody, whether it's skaters, whether it's the left-brained people in finance, or however, people in music, other musicians, everybody could just come, cultivate, network, or however, you'll have direct access to me, because I feel like being on these social media platforms is really hard to like engage sometimes. It's like so many different people are commenting and different things. Like you could talk directly to me, have access to me, have opportunities to get on like VIP, you know, Patreon, whatever, you know, kind of things, and even vote for events. Because I'm going to have a poll where like whatever event you want to see, the first CreateLadyJ event or whatnot. So it highly, highly anticipated. I've actually been working on this for the past like 6 months, you know, because I'm like, okay, if I put this out, I gotta actually, you know, be on there, because I don't want to be one of those people with a dead server and people are trying to get in contact with me and I'm just too busy.
Hey, you fuck.
Right. Like, so yeah. So Creator Nation Discord is coming very soon. Like literally 2 shakes.
Nice.
Yep.
We're rolling up on, I don't know how long we've been doing. It's about 38 minutes, right?
30, cool.
I know you're a little hungry.
Yeah.
Gotta get you a little bit of food. Is there anything else that you specifically want to say? Anything you want to shout out? Any performances coming up? The floor is yours.
Ooh, Got you. Well, the thing I'm the most excited about is the singles that I'm posting. So I have a potential tour happening in March as well. That's definitely going to be big. I'm going to be walking around South by Southwest, basically going around Texas, however, hitting a couple other cities, with the management team. It's Gorgeous Music. Like, that's my team. That's my family. Like, they have definitely gotten me up to a level that would have been much harder to do just on my own and with the current resources that I have. So that's big. And March 8th, the single Snappin' is coming out. It's going to be released on all platforms, and there will be more things coming out right after, just following the Snapping release. And this year, you will be getting new singles from me every 2 months. Like, everything is already done. Like, I wasn't playing no games last year, right? Like, it was like, okay, I see Lady J, CreateLadyJ, whoever. Like, I see both people, engineer, artists on social media, but, I hear little snippets of music because people have been like, yo, where's your music? Like, where can I find that? I'm like, it's cool. It's coming. It's coming. But yeah, it's finally here, and I'm happy to roll it all out. So those are the main things. We got singles coming out every 2 months. Snapping first singles coming out March 8th. And I got a tour happening in March. And yeah, everything else y'all just going to have to keep watching and wait for.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the non-binary, we have CreateLadyJ. She only eats booty on the second Tuesday of the month. And you know what? I'm so proud of you. That is such a wonderful commitment. And I think we should all strive to be a little bit more like you. Prod at it and rim it sometimes. But, I'm joking. I'm not going to fuck with you like that.
Yo.
I love you, big dog.
Yo,
thank you for being on.
Yo, thank you for having me, bro.
Till next time, guys. All right, fam. Thanks once again for tuning into another episode of the O on God podcast. Big shout out to CreateLadyJ. Make sure you follow her on social media. Till next time, I'm your host, Tovaun Anthony, and I wish you health, safety, peace, love, and blessings.